What is going on? It is your boy, underadulterated T. Kennedy. You already know, Tristin Kennedy. And it is a lovely, lovely Wednesday. I was about to say Thursday, but we got to actually get into the mix before we actually break it down. So let's do the mix. Let's do what we do. All right, guys. So get into it before we go on camera. Shout out to Jay Worthy. What we're going to be doing today is going to be definitely some real fun stuff. Of course, it is Thoughtful Wednesday, as I mentioned. And I'm super glad to have you guys. So, what we're going to be doing is photo editing. It's going to be in studio. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be nothing like you ever seen. And yeah, we're going to talk about it. So, it's going to be like a Well Wednesday. We're getting a real nice chill session in studio. Skip chat. Yeah. There's your boy. So, it's going to be a nice chill session. We're going to be editing live in studio from the Fort York studio, downtown Toronto. So 6:30 to 8 p.m. Guys, come and see me if you guys have never thought to come to a studio for free. Now you got your main man Tristan to come and interview you guys for free. So I'm excited to show you guys a bunch of work that I have recently just finished, of course, and good old laptop here. Sorry, good old computer desktop as we've been checking out the last few days. I've been feeling a little bit scatterbrained just because I haven't been getting as much sleep, but God's grace, yes, we are finally going to be able to no face, no case when it comes to literally all of this photo stuff and we can start getting into the new stuff. So if you guys are looking for any of the media packages, as I mentioned, the prices and or the links are available for purchase now. Just inquire with me and I got your back. All right, guys. So let's turn in. Let's see what we've got here. We seemingly have a good amount of stuff. I've been trying to put some timestamps and really just kind of upgrade the profession to things when it comes to this nature. Um, so yeah, we're gonna tonight we're gonna pull back the curtain on the creative process. Join myself under Adulterated live from Fort York Studio for an immersive session of editing high res photojournalism. That's gonna be my shtick. So double tap yourself in the comments, double tap your screen, press those like emojis, those thumbs up, those hearts, those 100%, everything to show love. Appreciate you guys. All right, and then through that, we're gonna just go through a little bit of intro. We're gonna go show through some photo showcase, and then like earlier on, I was at the library the whole day again, and I had set it up so that I was able to edit a little bit while I was on live, but it just seems like things have changed for the better, and I have cleared up the schedule, so I won't have to edit as much. I can show more, and then I may also have a special guest to join the fray. So let me share this with some of my friends to make sure that we keep on sharing. Okay, so we shared it with about 5 people so far. I'm also going to share it on my Facebook quick. Anyone from earlier did order. Good evening. Yeah, I just shared a couple of links. We'll see how that goes. We'll try to get a couple more people to join us over the course of the evening. So, as I said, please don't feel shy. Say hello. Say what's up. I got you guys on the screen over here as well. But yeah, we might actually have a couple of special guests. I'm leaving it open progressively for people to now join the lives with me on screen, and or if they just want to have their camera off, but they want to have their audio, and it gives a much more intimate like conversation and dialogue, I find. So be excited for that coming up. And yeah, it's gonna be just another chill night. Actually, a lot more chill than the last few nights because I've just been working tirelessly on all of these packages to get them out. And yeah, I've been cutting out my sleep and eating cycle to get this stuff done. But through God's grace, man, another day safe, another day sober, and tackling the small wins, right? Control the controllables. I mentioned it the last couple streams. To please pray for my family, pray for my niece, pray for everyone. They're working really hard and they're going through some stuff. So please pray for them. I'll leave it at that. And also pray for yourselves. Give you guys to yourselves. Like you guys made it to the Wednesday. Like some of you guys I've been hearing because you guys have been reaching out that you guys have been working on your sobriety journey and or even just questioning some of the information that you guys have had up to this point in sobriety. And yo, like learning how to acquire those tools. I'm so happy that you guys even like consider me both a friend and someone that you guys can talk to because it's all about the positive self affirmations and positive motivation. Am I right? So feel free as I go through the course of the evening, showing you guys some pictures, showing you guys a little bit of everything that makes me happy. Please open ended questions. Like, let's leave it open for discussion. You guys have the floor as much as I am talking. I want to hear from you guys. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up the Google. We're gonna open up the albums, and yeah, we're gonna just comfortably take a gander because now we're not really on a time crunch, and depending on who comments first and or who asks and requests to join the lives, yeah, I'll be able to check that out. So appreciate the likes, 3 likes. Let's try to get to 15, guys. Try to get to 15. All right. So I can show you guys the completed folder from what I was working on last night. Actually, we'll start there, and this is the Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association semifinals 2026. It was Crestwood versus TCBA, and I'm not exactly sure what school that name is, or sorry, what name that school is from, but high level basketball all around. Like the OBSA is a really, really great competitive league. So if you are interested, and or your children are interested in trying to go pro, I would highly recommend them look within the plethora of schools that are in that tier and echelon. And yeah, let's go into some of these pictures. Okay. Well, I will also flip around the camera for you so you guys can actually get a sense of what's going on. And then if anyone is in the comments, please, as I said, I have the means of seeing you guys here and responding. So I won't have to flip the camera back, but we'll give you guys the good view because apparently also there's people that know that I'm shooting with an Android. So ain't that funny? Ain't that funny, honey? All right, magic. All the magic happens. All right. So there. Everyone hearing me in the audio? Gotta make sure everyone's hearing me in the audio. Please let me know. Guys, don't hear me in the audio, then let me know. Just let me know. Turn this off. What else? Okay. There we go. All right, guys. So, assuming you guys can lightly enough. Hold it. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the storytelling. Have to lean in. That's about here. All right. So, yeah, let's go widescreen on this. And also let me know if the music is also too loud, if it ever gets to be out of sorts. Right now we're playing some Jay Worthy. We're gonna be going with the album Active. You can definitely check out Jay Worthy on Instagram at jworthy114 and or London Drugs. Shout out London Drugs. I do not own this music. I, Tristin, do not own this music. Alright. So let's switch back over here. Let's actually go to a brand new phone. So let's go to Active. Because we gotta get that deluxe active. All right.
I still can't believe you graduated, man. Glad we out of school, man. Take it easy, bro. I'm about to get my pimp thing on started. You know, I got so many hoes down there.
Yeah, double tap your screens. Definitely press like in the comments or put a W in the comments if there's any of the pictures that you guys like. I'll actually double tap your hearts. And let's go to the question.
High tech in the cup, cause I'm 200. Oh, play for my shit, I'm the move on it. Talking all that shit, better do something. I be really in the stand on the booth nugget. Racking bitches on the bread like it ain't nothing. Take it back to the big, get straight fucking. You better pay attention, nigga, this some real shit. You fucking with the lanes, I'm a real pimp. Get money out of ass, stupid whole bitch. Had a traffic going up in the street, send the pictures from the homies in the beat, went from poor bitches to the real estate.
All right, guys. Thank you for your patience. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so. All right, so this is some high level stuff, as you guys have seen, and definitely jump into the poll. We have the poll open, so again, open in the chat as people progressively come in. We'll let them know how they're. We'll answer questions on the fly. Let's say. All right, so. Favorite player, I need to learn some more of these players' names and faces. A lot of them, they're like older than when I last seen them, which was over like 2 or 3 years ago. So, yeah, I need to bridge those gaps. But today, actually, through God's grace, Father Henry Carr, their school, followed me on social media. So that's great. And I also had On Point Basketball, a couple other major basketball outlets like connect with me. And hopefully we can touch base there. So looking forward to that soon. Also, I forgot to switch that so I can see the live chat. It says one thing in the chat, but I don't see the person with their chat. All right. Anyways, yeah, let's cycle through. Got the dunk package, probably the mid-flight one that we got. Let that load. Solid. The rim in focus, like pretty lined up. Right. Like I didn't center the picture itself, but more centered him. Right. So this one, the background is actually like so dark because I can see him looking not as natural as I'd like. So I used like a layering system, like one of the settings so that you can isolate the background versus the players in the foreground. And I brought up the exposure. Also, you can see that there's like a netting, like real cool because like there's a lot of layers going on here. Like the actual back wall that's blue, and then there's a netting going that way, but also the netting coming this way across frame. So I just thought it was cool and wanted to make sure I didn't lose that in overexposure. Really nice action. Nice action. Got that stop it in frame. Let's check out our settings. So at least 1/1000th of a second, f-stop 2.8, and 50 millimeters. And I'm shooting it at like an automatic ISO, but it ranged down to like 2000 ISO. Pretty solid. Nice aggressive take. And he's got ball here, so that's a good play on the ball. I also like again taking pictures because I can now see the action frozen. And before even the rest can see it, because like I'm shooting a lot faster than the eyes can move. All right, as trained as some people are. All right, so great action. There's a big highlight spot that was really hard to even work around without making it any more out of like overexposed than it needed to be, right? So I just went with it. Good also. I I just like how everyone looks like they're doing something. Action, sneakers are really highlighted, dynamic looking. Probably like a really great, like maybe not a 2K cover shot. I'd have to be a little bit more center and capture him and or the person that was coming in frame, but I was able to get an angle on the baseline. This was also my first day being brought to this environment, so I kind of had to earn the stripes that you have seen now. And a lot of it is just earning it by creating, right? But if you're as good as your job as you think you are, get good at doing it at a high level, right? Because they're athletes at a high level, so there you go. But this is a shot that I really like. Like I'd use this honestly as like, yeah, the album cover, game cover. I could take him out, take that person out, but want to leave everything there because it's just like look at the vertical ability. Even though he is clearly taller and has much more reach, possibly the athleticism is off the charts on this young man here on Crestwood. So shout out Crestwood, collegiate. Really great shot. This was where the exposure was enough just to have everyone kind of come back into a really nice frame. And I'm starting to look for these pockets of light, depending on what my settings are, to be able to actually have some like really cool, almost like cinematic or cinematography level documentarian style of shooting. And of course, you got the highlight on the ball. Like basically, you have nowhere to go, and he knows it. They know it. This guy's head is over here. Beautiful play. All right, heads up. All right. This is a straight line drive coming baseline. Yeah, he's coming with some heat. So, like he needed to shift down because 1, 2, 3. This young man is much faster, and off the dribble, if there's not going to be secondary or tertiary defenders, it makes it extremely difficult. So, yeah. All right. So another jump shot, kind of canvas, someone was icing their foot. I missed it when it got the ice pack, but still sneakers, barefoot. Still all makes sense in storytelling. Nice layup. Nice heads up layup. I like how the ref here. Yeah. Nice reactions. Really nice stuff here. Nice scoop to the hoop. Yep. So, coach actually, I can show you pictures after of like him playing, and he's also like a very attack heavy point guard. Doesn't let stature stop him. Doesn't let stature stop him whatsoever. So I think that's why you see a lot of the guards that come on his team or play for his team, I should say. They have to have that attitude. All right. Shout out to Gatorade and the citric acid. Make things sour and or sugary. all in consider moderation. But yeah, that's one of the biggest things that helped me through sobriety. Early sobriety was just I didn't even realize I thought I had a sweet tooth while I was drinking. Motherfucker, that came back in droves. Not just sweet tooth, but a taste for buttery, savory things. Like pretty much all my real palate and food senses came back. Like it was super awesome. So yeah. Okay. So this is another highlight spot where if you don't zoom in, I think you'll still look at the action, but anybody who is like smart enough and aware enough, yeah, that's a trouble spot. Again, like the dynamic look. Really like the dynamic look. Jump shot right in front. Setting. Setting I had to a 50 millimeters. So he's extremely tall, just even looking at the stature. This guy didn't jump, but good hand, good contest. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you think about any of the players, the jump shot forms. I think a lot of these guys' forms are really, really spot on. Again, I don't think they'd be playing much minutes on any collegiate team if form aside, if they weren't just dropping buckets, right? So, all right. Nice little free throw action. Had to, of course, get the sneakies. Yeah. Nice dynamic shot. Again, dynamic. Shout out SL. These next few drives from this young man, he knew the camera was in front of him. I call it the light skin effect. Yep, watch him now. Watch him now. Oh boy, dribble moves, eh? I'm like, yeah, I'm right there, of course. When I'm right there. But good on him because he's a heck of a player and gotta rate it. Gotta rate it. Nice. So what I did find very interesting is what this his not just his, but some other kids' forms, they actually are still push shots, but that's simply what they put their hand into after. So like it really is to me. Again, I'm not their coach or a coach, but it really enforces bad mechanics because if you're going to go out of your way to shoot the ball wrong to begin with, and someone like me who has a fast enough tool like these devices to capture it at high like fractions of a microsecond, if if you're not able to like really constructively work on your stuff like that, then I really don't see what the point is because like showing it after is not doing anything, right? Especially also if you're not making shots. That's also really important. Put these bad boys in front. The tools of the trade, my friends. And I just have the 35 millimeter at home, but yeah, we good. All right. So work on your form. Don't just work on your actual how it looks, but work on your form through like the actual beef mechanics. Balance, eyes, elevation, and flick. Just work on those in unison and rotation every single day, especially as young players and games like fucking 2K and like all the new shit nowadays for the generations now. Kids are too much into thinking that they're pro players because they play those games, right? Just because you play those games, man, don't make you a pro player. You dig it? I only threw a couple of black and whites in. Like one offensive shot that they had gotten managed to get. Nice butter. Nice. All right, coming up on 7 o'clock. Yeah, I'm hoping that at least within the next hour, like as much as I was gonna work on some stuff, I can't really do that now, but I do actually have the studio set up and available. So as I mentioned, Fort York Studio, 6:30 to 8 p.m. I'm going to be here tomorrow and Friday. So please, by all means, come and see me live, and we'll actually do a little impromptu photo shoot. Like, we won't worry about the prices because I'm going to edit it right here in front of you guys. As long as you guys are okay to be a part of the live, hey, by all means, teamwork makes the dream work. All right. So yeah, this is like again still dim. I was kind of trying to go for something, right? But then like these settings that you see here at this spacing is really for under the basket because like there's a specific lighting that is coming in. You can see it on their eyes, but it's like right pretty much where they need to be under the basket. As I said, this is stage lighting. So like all of the other spots I have to add it in post. Right. And something like this, super nice. The ball was actually frozen in time. So let me see if I stop my shutter speed. No, I didn't. Still over 1,000. So I could have dropped that. Got to get back into the habit. Maybe even just having not automatic shutter, but shooting in shutter priority. So it's like actually something that's covered automatically and meant to be going high speed. I'm just usually shooting manual all the time because I like visually to see both, not the back of the camera, but the top viewfinder, the information that I need. So, yeah. All right, let's see what we got. Nice baseline pass here. Skip pass this way. All right, you can see went here, double play, bang, bang, play, hockey assist, jump shot. Also made that cut. And like this guy right here, man, I'm telling you, he is going to be quite the athletic star because you're going to see a bunch of highlights and like I appreciate this kid, but there's unless he's coming now, like as he's planting this foot and or the second 2 feet plant, this guy needs to put a body on him immediately because he's just too athletically gifted. It won't take him like he'd have to sneeze to miss a bam layup or a dunk, and that's how good he is. Yeah, nice floater in the lane. This is kind of the actionary shot in the baseline that I like because they're coming at you. So like the focus gap can be closed, even if you miss it, assuming your camera is smart and fast enough to capture with the autofocus or manual even. Just timing is everything, right? So shout out Jay Worthy, shout out Larry June, shout out London Drug. Nice pass, right hand hook pass, right in frame, and these guys don't even see where that's coming because they're trying to stop him at the rim, but he's too smart. This is a free ball here, pocket up there. Again, pretty cinematic. Nice. Also, appreciate everybody that's honestly been really helping out and supporting as of late. I've been getting a lot of feedback about not just my artwork, but people have been genuinely telling me I'm funny. And I assure you, I don't go out of my way to try to be funny in any regard. I don't talk in the way that I do with the level of diction that you can see I have. So it sometimes leads me to be in some very interesting conversations and or the retorts that I find myself using yeah, can sometimes even bring a little smile to my joy. So I appreciate you guys appreciating me. I appreciate you guys, right? I'm going to let me do one thing. Let's see. Because I don't know how I'm getting enough people to see right now.